What does HBAR, XRP, XLM, QNT, and even XDC all have in common? They are all utility crypto projects. And in this video, I am going to be talking about a ton of information that should prove to you that we are now starting to move towards a utility-based market. This should get you very, very excited. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's take a quick look at all of these projects. More so specifically, let's talk about the lack of price appreciation, because I know that that's going to be a big comment under this video. As we look at HBAR on the 1 year, we look at XRP on the 1 year, we look at XLM on the 1 year, we also look at QNT on the 1 year, even XDC on the 1 year. Guess what? Look at what you see. HBAR down 12.16%, XRP down 22.47%, XLM 25.92%, QNT 39.9%, XDC 50.76%. That's crazy. So every single one of these projects has terrible price action in the last year. Now, I say this because I want you guys to understand that this is exactly why I tell you all the time on this channel, it is not going to be easy. It is never going to be easy to make sure that you get wealthy off of technology. You go back to the dot-com bubble, perfect example. A lot of those projects, a lot of those companies took years to see any major positive gain. Amazon took, I think, like roughly 10 years or so to bounce back from the dot-com bubble burst. As we look at crypto, no, I don't think that we have to wait 10 years. No, I don't think that we have to wait, 5 years. I don't even think that we have to wait a year. I truly do believe that a lot of these projects are going to look completely different in the coming weeks. And as I say that, I want you guys to understand that there is going to be shakeouts along the way. You need to make sure that you are resilient, not only emotionally, but also mentally, to what we will continue to see in this market, especially as we are this early in a very volatile market. So with that being said, let's talk about what's happening. More so, let's put a spotlight on institutions, because yes, they are here. Yes, they are going all in on the technology. They not only believe in it, but they are trying to push it to their clients. Over here we have from May 10th, 2023. That's right, 2023. Stay in the course. Institutional investor outlook on digital assets. In brief, institutions believe in the long-term value of blockchain and crypto digital assets. Allocations to digital assets and digital assets related products are expected to increase. Institutional investors are interested in tokenized assets, as well as tokenizing their products. Now, again, this is from Ernst & Young, and what's crazy about this is if we actually look at this, now remember, this is 2023. We have here allocation of digital assets and digital asset related products. Sentiment, this is long-term believers in the market, 59%. Increasing their allocations, 25%. Confidence, more trusting of TradFi institutions, 90%. Tokenization, 57%. And we can see digital asset institution, this is institutional investors that are looking into this. It's crazy when you really look at this and you compare it to what we've been seeing in the last couple, months, where we have BlackRock here, Fidelity here. We have all of the big players trying to go all in on crypto, trying to invest and also push products to their clients. It's kind of wild that we're at this stage in terms of adoption. We are so early to the point where institutions haven't even given access to a lot of these major products for their clients. Right now, most of these financial institutions, they're just pushing ETFs and they're pushing Bitcoin. We are not yet at the point where, BlackRock, for an example, is pushing tokenized assets on a specific network. They're still pushing easy products that they can make money on. You also have to remember that regulations are not yet here. So a lot of these big companies, a lot of these big enterprises, these institutions, they can't actually push a lot of the products that people want to see. But I do believe that we will start to see it happen in real time as we start to see some rules and regulations being pushed. Now, also, a lot of people say, well, these institutions aren't going to use public networks. They're going to, push their own private-based networks. For an example, a lot of people say this with like JP Morgan with Onyx, because Onyx is a private, it's private Ethereum technology basically, but it's their own network. That's not going to be the case. Over here, October 30th, 2024, how public blockchains will catalyze institutional DeFi adoption. Public blockchains, with their open architecture and unrestricted participation, are set to drive the next wave of financial innovation, just as the internet did for communication and commerce. This is actually from Marcus Infinger. He is an employee over at Ripple XDev. I think that he actually might also work at Ripple themselves, but this was actually talking about the tokenized market and how it's set to grow to 16 trillion by 2030. Public blockchains are becoming central to institutions' ability to bring traditional financial assets on chain by delivering not only operational efficiency, but also enhanced security, verifiable trust, and revenue generating opportunities. While many are fully open and permissionless, allowing anyone to view transactions, build applications, and participate as validators, others incorporate permissioned elements that provide compliance and controlled participation within the same open network. For an example, we look at this when it comes to the XRP Ledger, or even when we look at Stellar, right? Stellar, for an example, has the clawback amendment. That clawback amendment is crucial for institutions to actually tokenize, which is why I do think that Stellar was one of the bigger ones that actually got adopted when it comes to tokenization efforts with like Franklin Templeton. And yes, we have that now on the XRP Ledger as well, which is why I do think that the XRP Ledger is going to soon grow significantly. We also have total RWA value here. I mean, listen, as we look at these breakdowns, for an example, this is what excites you and your firm most about tokenizing your assets. 52% access to new investors and new capital, 46% cost savings and lower admin fees, 40% operational efficiencies, 26% instant settlement, and the list goes on here in terms of efficiencies. This is exactly why we are going to see mass adoption of these networks, and it's going to be through the biggest institutions out there that will soon push these networks to their own clients. You got to realize how big that actually is. Now, also over here, we have the XRP Ledger makes major leap for institutional grade DeFi as this feature launches. And this feature was more so, this is more so around the AMM, mixed in with, of course, oracles. You also mix in the DID. You also mix in the clawback. Like, there's a lot going on here around the XRP Ledger to support institutional DeFi in a very large way. And this is really kind of, I would say, it's building that bridge to the next wave of crypto adoption, which is institutions. Institutions are here. They want to go all in. And that's why when we look at these networks that are trying to build out and give the tools to these institutions to finally bring DeFi to these networks, they have to be focused on, because this is the next wave. Everyone's still getting caught up in the meme coin craze, and that's totally fine. In fact, I support it. Go ahead, go crazy with meme coins. I will still be parking my money in these utility projects because I know what happens eventually, because we saw it so many times in the past when it comes to technology revolutions. Also, Hadera with Layer 0, this is all based around institutional DeFi. This is a massive integration, and this is for liquidity, specifically institutional liquidity inflows for the Hadera network. Again, everything is focused on institutional DeFi initiatives because the institutions are now here. They're tokenizing. The next phase of all of this is DeFi services with tokenization use cases, where we start to see yield generation. We start to see lending and borrowing through a lot of these, tokenized assets as well. It's happening. Now, also, big shout out to Smoke Dog for this. This is crazy. Institutions are expecting Trump's victory to be favorable for utility-driven crypto. XRP documented as a utility coin and a cryptocurrency with an actual use case. Utility bull run incoming. Here we have crypto trader nihilism to end or accelerate. In our view, and this is talking more so about how Bitcoin is well positioned to thrive over the next year, regardless of the election outcome, because it is. But if we look down here, we expect Trump to be a more favorable candidate for utility-driven crypto initiatives. The election outcome, therefore, could be a deciding factor in whether altcoins continue their trend of underperformance against Bitcoin or if momentum shifts towards DeFi and layer ones. If we go over here, and let me open this up in a new tab and also this up in a new tab. Here we have XRP utility token market capitalization 34.4 billion. We have the token itself is a placeholder for anything that carries the definition of a unit of value. Natural examples include fiat currencies and commodities. Less obvious are mobile minutes and air miles. Over here, we have, let me zoom in real quick just so you guys can see. The launch of new cryptocurrencies with actual use cases like XRP, the tokenization of ETFs, and even the development of stablecoins by central banks are exactly what is needed to expedite this process, aka the adoption of institutions. So as we look at this and we think about where we are at right now, yeah, I do believe that we are forging a path to a utility bull run. And as we start to see that utility bull run becoming a reality, all of the focus starts to shift. Because guess what? It's not retail throwing their money at these utility projects then. Guess who it is? The big banks, the big institutions. That's where we start to see the big gains happen. That's where you should be focusing a lot of your time and your effort as well, is focusing on what the next wave will be. Now, outside of this, I did put out a post recently regarding this back in August, and I even said that once regulations hit this space, utility projects get the green light in a massive way. The digital rails are already in place. The problem is that they are not being utilized the way most perceive. Everyone in this space always is asking the same question when it comes to projects like HBAR and XRP. That question is, with all of these great announcements, why isn't the price moving? The simple answer, well, it's because a lot of these partnerships and a lot of these announcements require regulations before the key word there is before they really mean anything. You need to take a step back and analyze what this market is currently, which is a breeding ground of hype driven by speculation. That's why we see meme coins still going crazy. We see a lot of focus still put on meme coins. Now, I also said that what we really want this space to be is a breeding ground of value driven by utility, which will happen. I don't know who needs to tell you this, but a lot of these projects, all of these utility projects, are not even close to being utilized at scale. Regardless of what you hear, institutions are still trying to navigate the regulatory uncertainty of this market. Yes, we are seeing names like BlackRock dipping their toes in, but they are not tokenizing trillions yet. With proper regulatory clarity, the floodgates are officially open, the light turns green, and utility projects will race for the throne, #1 spot. A new king will be crowned, and it definitely won't be Bitcoin or Ethereum, and most fail to accept that. You are either sitting here and doing your homework on this space, or you will simply be left behind. And yes, because even as we look at XLM, we look at XDC, we look at XRP, we look at HBAR, all of these projects have massive developments happening. And even if we look at the co-founder of Zinfin himself, he even said, and he congratulated Trump, he said, getting ready to launch TradeFinix 2.0, a global P2P TradeFi network, and XDC for payments with the excitement and regulatory clarity that is about to unfold. Even he knows that we are about to see some very large moves around the regulatory side of things for crypto. The overall path for utility could not be clearer. I am very excited about the future of this space. I'm very excited about the future for utility projects, and I just don't see how anyone could be very bearish at this current moment in time at all on crypto in general, but also utility projects. I'm very excited for the future. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.